Good morning or good evening, good afternoon, good day. Mel, you are a trooper, honey. For real. What Brianna said. I could not get the number blurred out in the video. I kept trying and it was taking me a long time. So I just deleted it out, the whole video. How's everyone this evening? Glad you came back. We got 984 in the house. Jan Rocks is now known as 984. I just I just deleted it, Kelly. I couldn't. I was watching a YouTube video on it, and I didn't think I got it right. There was like 2 or 3 times where I went up and down, and I just wanted to make sure I deleted it. I mean, hell, everybody could have wrote it down by now, so it don't really matter. But at least like nobody else will see it from that point on. So everybody check out Jan Rox's new name, number 984. Yeah, we need to do that. Well, I just come. What I'll probably do is when I'm getting ready to come on, I'll go on Facebook and make a notification. Still going strong, Andrea. How about yourself? I don't think you'll need to sell it. I think everybody already got it. Hell, cut me in on it and I'll let you sell it. Only 17 people back so far. That's not good. Yep, I know. I took too long, didn't I? 984. They'll slowly come in. I think I'll go put it on the True Crime channel. I just put it on the True Crime channel, and it's live. Hey, Mel, I'm not on Brian Moxley. I'm not a member of the Armchair Detective group yet. You care to go there and put it on there that I'm live, please, if you don't mind. Thank you. Thank you, lovely male. We're up to 1,142 subscribers, guys. That's up 11 since I came on tonight. So since the first live this evening, we've gained 11 subscribers. Hello, Diane. How are you? Gabriel. Oh, I need to put one of my banners up. There we go. We got to get a banner rolling across that screen. So, since I had to delete my other video, I'm going to do just my little rant on how Armchair Detective tonight laughed hysterically about Lex Calia losing her monetization, being demonetized at Christmas time, and she has kids, and he laughed and thought that was hysterical, and his subs went right along with it. He also told them to mass report people, which is targeting channels like myself. He thinks where his channel has 45,000 subscribers and channels like mine have 1,142. He's the superior channel, and he's more important than me, and that's just not true. He says in 2 days there will be 6 more channels hit and be demonetized, and I would love it if he was one of them, because he is harassing people more than anyone is. He has told his subs to go after us, to mass report. He puts people down. He talks about their appearance. He calls Lex Calia green teeth, and so does all of his subs. He calls Mary Marlowe Mad Mary. They talk about how filthy my beard is and that I haven't taken a shower in a year. So I just want this video out there. I hope he watches it to know you are doing more damage than you realize. You are targeting smaller channels and trying to intimidate them. You talk about bullies. You're the biggest bully on YouTube. If I get demonetized, AD, I still have a full-time job. You don't. And you say you stay in your lane and mind your own business and you don't bother anybody? Bullshit. You target smaller channels. You targeted Lex. You target Grumpy Granny. You target me. And we're sick of it. And the only reason you target us is because we call you out on your lies and your bullcrap. You're making money. And there's nothing wrong with making money on YouTube. I make money on YouTube. There's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is making money off of this family's tragedy, and they have begged and pleaded, respectfully, politely, and nicely ask you to stop. And you say, I will stop if Frank Rusek comes on a live with me. Well, you know why you want him on a live? Because it'd be more money if you got him on a live. Why is him just asking you to stop not enough? So I'm only going to talk about this because my last video got deleted and I want it to be out there. And if I get demonetized for this, so be it. But he needs to know that he is a bully. He harasses other channels and he targets them. He puts people down about their appearance. He demeans women. He calls them bloody women. And I just want it to be known how much damage he is doing, but he does not see it. He only sees what other people do. He does not reflect in the mirror, and he really needs to. And Mel Evans says, Braun, he needs to do something else and own his lies. People would leave him alone. He is the gift that keeps on giving. That is so true. If you would stop, we would stop. We're calling you out, and that's why you're targeting us. I'm blunt. I'm straight to the point. I talk about how I feel, and I stand up for what I think is right. And I think what we are doing is right, and I think what you are doing is wrong. You talked about in a video, you made a parody of somebody. I could bring the video up. Of course, it'll probably be like the MF5 or MI5. You worked at the furniture store. You said it. It's on video. And then you come out and say, I didn't say it, but you did. I've seen 2 videos of you saying it. So you lie, and we call you out on it. And for some reason, your subs stand beside you in your AD's army, as you call it. Let me ask you this. If you're just a channel that wants to stay in your lane and not bother anybody, why do you need an army? A country with an army has it so they can defend and attack. And that's what you're doing. You're attacking with your army. You're sending your army out to harass, leave comments. You said that it was Lexcalia's fault that the comment on her channel was her fault. So that means when your subs come to my channel and comment to me terrible things that they say to me, mean, degrading, vile, venomous comments, that means you are responsible for the comments they leave. It works both ways. It's not a one-way street, and that's what you think. You're on a one-way street, and you're not. So I'm calling you out. Stop lying. Leave the Rusek family alone, please. Recycling this evidence every day, and they have to hear about it, is not letting them grieve in peace. And you're going to say, well, everybody else is talking about it. He hasn't asked everybody else to stop. He has specifically asked you to stop. So you think about it. I can't tell you what to do. You have freedom of speech, just like you say. But out of respect, think about what you've been asked to do. Nobody cares that you make money. If every one of your subs emptied their bank account and gave it to you, nobody cares. But just think about it. You are doing exactly what you say is being done to you. You don't stay in your lane. You do talk about other channels, and you sick your subs on other channels like a dog would be sicked on somebody. So I'm going to shut up now. My little rant is over, but I wanted it to be in my video because it's how I feel, and I stand up for what I think is right. And I will continue to stand up for what I think is right. You don't intimidate me whatsoever. If all 45,000 of your subs left comments on my video tonight, whoop-de-doo. I don't care. You do not whatsoever intimidate me. And I'm not trying to intimidate you. I'm trying to talk. Reasonable. Be thoughtful. It's the holiday season. Just like Grumpy Granny said, you have these subs. You could have a channel without this case. And that's all I want to say. But please, I have never, ever asked my subs or told my subs not to watch your channel. I actually encourage them to watch the channels that they like. If they like it, watch it. If they don't watch it. But if you don't like it, you don't have to leave a comment. Leave a comment if you want to leave a positive comment for somebody. The old saying goes, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. It should be the same way with the comments on YouTube. So I'm asking you, please stop seeking your subs on me. If the comment that was left on Lex's channel is she's responsible for, then you're responsible for the comments left on my channel by your subs. Bottom line, it works both ways. So I'm asking you, stop. Please. You stop. I stop. All right, I'm done. Now we can talk. What do you guys want to talk about? My little rant is over. Do you think that was to the point, or how do you guys think that little speech was? Was it, I don't know, was it too aggressive or anything like that? Did it sound like I was harassing or intimidating or anyone like that? Iva comes in with a $2 super chat. I think it's pretty much to the point. I didn't hysterically laugh at someone losing their monetization at Christmas time with kids. That's sad. Um, it obviously upset her really badly. And then AD says, I warned them. I warned them on the 10th it was going to happen. So he was proud of himself. I mean, why would someone take pride in themselves in hurting another channel? Because she critiqued you. It bothers you that bad being critiqued that you would do that to someone? That just shows how venomous you are. You're vile. You're despicable. You talk about coming to America and filing a lawsuit in court. Come to America. There is a stack of papers waiting for you when you land. Sorry, guys. So, does anyone know if Lex is going to get her monetization back? Is it just a temporary thing, or is it permanent, or does anybody know? Secret lady, very, very true. What goes around comes around. I just hope I get to see it. Well, I will get to see it because whether I'm monetized or not, I will be here to see it. And what he's done to people and it continues to do to people, and his subscribers encourage him, they enable him to do this. And to undermine the FBI and the CBI and the Frederick Police Department and our United States justice system is horrible. One man in the UK does not know more than the FBI, like his subs tell him they do. That's just disgraceful to say that. Elizabeth says, I can't even see to read the comments after reading all day. You're right. The collateral damage along the way may cause damage, but the good will remain standing. I'm still on, Carol. I went off and then I came back on. Yes, Braun, MI5 and MFI, he wants to shut all the other true crime channels as greedy. And you're right, his spanners are vicious to you on here. They say some horrible, terrible things to me. And like a duck, I let it roll off my back. I've told you all a million times, if they're coming after me, they're leaving someone else alone. So, and I've got broad shoulders, I can handle it. So we'll see what happens. All we can do is wait and see. But I don't think it will do any good. Um, because the reason I don't think it will do any good is because he honestly thinks he's not doing anything wrong. I mean, he says it pretty much every night. So, he. Okay, Brian Moxley, riddle me this, Beard Man. How come he can still do what he's doing? You tell me. Everything he's blaming on smaller channels like myself, he is doing. He just does not realize it. He does not see it. For some reason, he is blind to it. And I don't understand. But, like I said, what goes around comes around. Oh, Mel, I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can. I'm not sure. Diane. Secret lady, it's completely up to you guys if you want to report him. I'm not going to tell you to or encourage it because that would be in the same league he's in, and I'm not. I'm not anywhere near the person he is. I'm the bloke with the beard. So, if you guys want to, you're free to do as you choose. I reported a video of his today. I'm not going to say which one because I'm sure he's got lurkers. hello, watching to report back. And there's one video that's really, really bad, and I reported it. And I'm just not going to back down. I'm not going to be intimidated. I'm not going to be threatened with being demonetized because and I'll tell you this, if he takes credit for getting channels demonetized, he is more delusional than I originally thought he was, because it does not work like that. Yes, Mel, very true. You have to do what your conscience and life values tell you to do. If you choose to report him, do it from a computer, not from a cell phone. The cell phone reporting does no good. A computer gives you options to fill stuff out. Very good advice, Kelly. So if anybody does want to, what I have to laugh at, there are people in this chat that I have seen in AD's chat tonight sticking up for him, and then in this chat they are slaying him. The saying goes, more faces than Big Ben. Well, Julie, call them out. Who are they? Who was over there sticking up for him, and now they're slaying him? I watched too, and I haven't seen anybody in here that was over there. I mean, there might be one person, and I've talked to that person many times. So I don't know. But I'll tell you this, Julie, I don't discourage anyone from watching his channel. If they like his channel, I actually encourage them to watch his channel. I've never told anyone, hey, don't watch his channel. But he has told his subs to not watch other channels and to unsubscribe from them. He calls Mary Marlowe Mad Mary, an insult, a degrading comment. He calls Lex Calia green teeth, a degrading woman. Said that when her husband got home, he should shut her mouth. Maybe that's why he's single. Hello, Robert. How are you tonight? Yeah, tonight his fan base was pretty much 50-50 calling him out. I seen a couple of them say that if you support this, I'm done with you. There was one in particular that said that. She said, I do not support thieves, and if you condone this action, then I am through here. Hello from Kentucky. Hannah, how are you tonight? So I don't know, guys. Yep, Jennifer. Yep, they are. The thing about it is, I would be pretty upset if I paid $25.99 to join his membership and then have to pay to go watch him in Patreon too. Well, welcome, Jennifer. Glad to have you here. Hope you enjoy this channel. It's pretty much just an entertainment channel. We pretty much talk about whatever the subject is. Sometimes it's true crime. Sometimes we're talking about panic and anxiety and depression. And sometimes we talk about substance abuse. And tonight we've mainly been talking about Armchair Detective and his lies and calling him out, how he threatens smaller channels with attacks from his subs and different things like that. I've never really made a comment back to him directly. I've made parodies of him. I enjoy doing the parodies, and people seem to enjoy them. But tonight, the way he laughed at Lex for losing her money at Christmas time with kids just really got to me. So I'm not going to lie, that the way he laughed. Go back and watch the interview where he interviews Cheryln Cadle, and when she tells him about Chris seeing the shadows, I mean, he is rejoicing. There's not a moment in that case where you should be rejoicing for anything, smiling. The eerie grins he gets on his face when they talk about the viciousness of the murders. Just watch. If you're an apple tree, you better have some apples hanging from you. If you get that metaphor, he does not have no apples hanging from him. He's not the apple tree he pretends to be. That's it, but it has an 8 on the end of it. Alan Vinicombe 8, I think it is. I have it. He emailed me a cease and desist letter that I couldn't open. I couldn't open it. Every time I tried to open it, it gave me an error message. So my lawyer said technically I've not even received it because I can't open it. So, and I do have a lawyer on retainer. I have I'm not going to say why I have a lawyer, but I do. And I get advice from him daily if I need to. I can email him, I can call him, I can text him. And the day I told him about the cease and desist letter, he got a good laugh. Told me thank you. Said it was laughable. It was printed from the internet and sent from the man himself, AD. And a true cease and desist letter would have to have a read receipt on the email. If it's a joint email account, you can't prove that the person it was addressed to read it. You have to have it certified mail, served in person, or have a read receipt from an email that you know for sure only one person has that account. That's what my lawyer told me. And he sent the cease and desist letter to my work. He emailed it to my work. Now, a cease and desist letter, my lawyer told me, you should never send a cease and desist letter to somebody's work unless you are unable to find them at their home or through some other means of contact. Then you go to the job. You don't go straight to the job that day. That can hurt someone's livelihood. It didn't hurt mine, thank God, but it could hurt someone's. He's reckless. He does not care if he hurts people. As long as the money keeps rolling into him, he does not care. I'm sorry to go on and on about this tonight, but I'm just really aggravated how he just hysterically laughed. And I mean, how do you get a feeling of enjoyment knowing you've took money out of somebody's pocket at Christmas time with kids? How do you find joy in that? How do you find joy when you hear that Chris Watts seen the shadows in Nate's video that he claims to have discovered? He took joy in that. And there's a helicopter flying over. It sounds like it's going to hit the house. I would say if I was live and a helicopter crashed into my house, that video would probably go viral. I'm not sure, but maybe. I have got to get me some ibuprofen. My head is hurting. I'll be right back. Thank you. Thank you. 4 200 milligram ibuprofens equals an 800 milligram prescription strength ibuprofen. I don't think any of you guys in here think I'm a hate channel. I don't think I've ever spewed hate on anyone. But that's the way it goes. We all understand your aggravation. He even wrote a letter to CW. He actually thought he would get a reply. Guys, he has wrote shingles. Oh my God. My lead man, he's kind of like a supervisor at my work. He got the shingles, and I mean, it was rough on him. So I hope you're okay. Just Joy, I don't know what I would describe this channel as. I don't think it would be labeled a hate channel in anybody's eyes. The new terms of service of YouTube is very vague. You could pretty much take any compliment and turn it into a harassing or a hating another creator. It's very vague. It needs to be more in black and white and in depth, and not so much gray areas. But that's what it does. There's a video posted on my Facebook page, True Crime Files, and it's a guy. He's been on YouTube since 2006, and he really puts a talking to on YouTube. If you guys want to go to my Facebook page and check that out. You can do that. He really. Hello, Karen. How are you, Karen Perth? Are you from Washington, Karen? Just curious because of the WA. And the reason I ask is my son, he lived out in Washington for a while. He's actually back now to Kentucky, but he lived out there for a while with his friend. You know, YouTube, just like the guy in the video I'm talking about says, YouTube is not what it was intended for. YouTube is intended for people like me, the what do they call it? Do-it-yourself broadcasters, something like that is what it used to be called. Now you have actual TV channels on YouTube. You have Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon, and it just Boris Johnson will now get Brexit done. That's what the banner reads. Australia. Wow. Australia. Hi, you all. Love from Sweden. Hello, Sweden. Love back from Kentucky in the United States. Dana, the whole Cadle Patreon thing made me see the light. I realized that he wasn't for justice or the Ruseks, just money. I am so glad when people see the light. Let's see. Sydney. How is everyone tonight? Hello, Rhonda. Did Cheryln get paid for this book? She said she hasn't received any money yet. I wonder if she will at all now with this recent scandal. That is a really good question. But who's to know? It's all, her and AD, they talk about credibility, this, that, and other. I can't speak for other people, but I believe other creators realize that his credibility is zero with me. Anytime he says anything, I doubt it completely. His subs would, if he told them that blue was red and black was white, they would swear that it was true. I just don't get it. But hey, what can you do? A lot of people come over here to my channel from there, and a lot of them say, I've seen the light. Can I come in? And you're very welcome here. Jennifer says, remember when Cadle said she was going to donate a portion of the book sales to charity? I knew that wasn't going to happen. I think everyone knew that wasn't going to happen. Apparently, she is broke from funding the book herself. Why would she do that? Why would she put herself in that kind at her and her husband's age? And I'm not saying they're old, but they are older. And why would you put yourself in that kind of financial situation? I don't understand that. That's kind of reckless in my opinion. Well, thank you, Dana. That's very kind of you. I bet you are sweet too. You look sweet, so I bet you are. So thank you for that compliment. We are fair, dinkum, Aussie, hate letters. Well, what time is it in Australia right now, Iva? I actually don't remember that mail. For a simple reason, I didn't watch the show. You see, like AD's credibility. Look at it like this. He said he had information to blow everybody's socks off, and he come out talking about a cult. That didn't blow my socks off. I don't know if it blew your guys' off or not. But then he said on December 10th, all of the channels that had videos of him would no longer exist. False again. I can pick out, I could go through his videos and pick out so many things that he has said that are false. Completely false. And if somebody came on and said, John or Braun, my bad, oops, They said, Braun, your statement was false. I would research it. And if it was false, I would say, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Here is the correct information. Um, that would earn someone a lot of respect if they were wrong, they could come out and say it. He said something the other night. He was talking about something with the truck and the car on the other side of the car or whatever, And somebody on his channel made a statement that was a different opinion than what he had, and he says, I could be wrong, but I'm probably not." And I started laughing when he said that. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. 63 people at midnight. That's a lot of people for a midnight show, isn't it? We might go all night, go to work without no sleep. Y'all want to do that? I'm crazy as hell like that. I'll keep going till I'm out of cigarettes. How about that? I'm just kidding, guys. Probably go about maybe an hour on this one. I don't know. I've been on a lot today, for real. But I've enjoyed it. I really love this. I look forward to doing it, and I have fun doing it. And making money is just like a bonus to it to me. Just FYI. So I really love it. I hope you guys love it too. It was Kimberly W. And here, let me show you how it was spelled. It's see how it's spelled there, Kimberly Leyw. Tamara, we might be here. We might pull an all-nighter just for you. I'm just kidding. We'll have to get some sleep shortly, but hey, I've noticed that the older I get, the less sleep I can go on. Like when I was younger, I would probably sleep 8, 10, 12 hours a day. And then now I might sleep 4 or 5 or 6. And I know I look really tired, but if I went in there and laid down, I wouldn't go to sleep. I would turn on the TV and watch something, and I'd probably just lay there for a little while. And I really enjoy this. So, hey, it is what it is. Which part was he saying about Lex? Towards the end of his video, Diane, he was laughing. He might have taken it down now that I've spoke on it so much and made him realize how really harsh that was to laugh at someone that way. Yeah, the author of His Garden is apparently an attorney also. So that's probably not a good person you would want to plagiarize from. It's towards the end of the video. Kelly might be able to tell you more exactly where it was because I discussed it with her. If she's still on, Kelly, do you know about what time in that video it was when he laughed about Lex losing her demonetization? We got 63 people and 32 likes. If you don't care, just hit that like button for me, please. Did you watch his full live tonight after leaving your last live? I was so upset over Lexus. I went to his channel and he was laughing about you crying for money for a dress. Ugh, I hate him so much. Did he say that really? I never cried for a dress for money. I talked to you guys about the having to buy a dress, and then people donated super chat, but I never. He said that on his live tonight. If he did, I missed that. I'll have to go watch that part because if he said something about that dress, I will email him without a doubt. Yeah, I mean, I never begged for any money for a dress. I just was talking to you guys about the dress, and two or three or four of you said here and donated super chat, and that was the end of the story. What it is, guys, is he gets super jealous when I get super chat. So he's probably watching my videos, and when he sees a super chat come up, he's probably so freaking pissed off that money didn't come to him that he does not know what to do. That's what it is, guys. Just like the Cheryln Cadle book. When that first happened, he was against it. He told everybody not to buy it, that he would read it on YouTube. And then when he realized he couldn't do that, he said he was going to read it on Patreon. And that didn't happen because he couldn't do that. So everybody subscribed to Patreon thinking they was going to get this book read to them. And then that didn't happen. And he's always saying that he can't fill out forms because he's got dyslexia, but yet he was going to read a book to people in his Patreon. That just does not make sense to me. See, that's another thing that gives him less credibility. There's times he can take his phone and read perfectly. He reads out of those books with the jokes perfectly. If he had dyslexia as bad as he said he did, he could not read that fast out of them books like he does. Another thing that hurts his credibility. Infinite Beauty said, I was the one who mentioned to us subs that we should pitch in for the dress for the heck of it. AD can go F himself. Thank you, Infinite Beauty. I never begged anybody for that. And Tammy says, yes, he did. I couldn't comment because I'm blocked. It was after he put down Lex. You don't need to explain anything to us, Mox. We love you. Thank you, Tammy. I do appreciate that, but I just want to, I like making things straight for me, whether people know it or not, because I didn't ask anybody for that. It's just like somebody messaged me this morning, Infinite Beauty. It was actually about you. Do you remember how yesterday you said, I'll pay for your P.O. box for a whole year if you get one? You said it. You offered it. I never asked you for that or anything. And somebody wrote me a message this morning and they said, why do you expect someone to pay for your personal P.O. box? That's not right. And I said, what do you say to these people when they say stupid shit like this? I don't know what to do. What's up, Rabbit Dog? How you doing, brother? I ain't seen you in a while. Doing all right, my friend? Well, Infinite Beauty, that's what was said. The message. Hang on, I can actually bring it up here and show it to you guys. I think. Let me, if I can, I'll show you this message. And this guy tried to get into into my Facebook group this morning, and he did not get in. Okay, I'm going to bring this up and show this to you guys. And these are the kinds of messages I get. Anna, my dad's actually passed away. He died on Valentine's Day in 1997. 22 years ago, almost 23 years ago now. And my mother, my mom, she's still alive. She's 83. My parents were older when they had me. My mom's still alive. She actually just a few months ago, I think it was back in July, she fell and broke her hip. And they put her in a new hip replacement, not the next day, but the following day after the next day. And she got up and got walking and everything like that. And, what did you say, Angela? I was just curious. I noticed tonight on the line, someone kept commenting saying, I hope that boring Braun gets kicked off and everything like that. And they kept saying Braun, and they kept deleting it because the guy kept saying Braun. But hang on, guys. I'm going to show you all this letter. This is not letter. It's a message. This is what people say to me on the messages. It's just crazy. It's unbelievable. Oh, wrong one. All right. So it says, hello, Braun. You seem like a very kind and nice man, but why don't you have any content on your YouTube channel? You just sit and talk about nothing every time, and it gets boring for people after a longer while. You used to be humble in the start before you got Patreon and Super Chat, but now you are like the rest, very much having focus on money and hit the like button and subscribe, etc. Why have to say it to people all the time instead of letting them do those things by themselves if they want to? And also, why shall one of your subs pay for your personal P.O. box? If you want a personal P.O. box, then you should pay for it yourself. Besides those negative things, I don't mind you as a person. Just sad to see how fast you suddenly became all about Super Chat yourselves after you reached the 800 subs, almost like AD, hee hee, from Brit. And I wrote, I didn't I didn't ask anyone to pay from my personal P.O. box. She volunteered, or did you miss that? It's simple. If it's boring and you don't like it, I missed that word out. Don't watch. Problem solved. Have a great day, or have a good day. So that's what I wrote back. Now that's just one. Yeah, I can't get my throat cleared. That's just one of some of the messages I seen. Well, shit. Okay, thank you, 984. Yes, I love all you guys. So I'm going to ask you, hit that like button, please. What's wrong with that? I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's if you don't mind, it's just you just take a mouse and click a key. Yeah, he went on about 6 more. We'll be right behind Lex in a couple days. Can't we or someone stop him? He's a bully and a hate channel. I reported 4 of his videos. Just because that jerk off sent you that message, I'm putting $300 into your PayPal right after Christmas before New Year's, just so you rent the biggest PO box for the year, as big as FU to them. Yeah, for that beauty, you are crazy, honey. That's nice of you, but you don't have to do that, honey. I swear you don't. Mel says, I subscribed to Braun early on when he had. I remember when you first subscribed, Mel. I remember we was talking, and I asked you where you was from, and we struck up kind of a friendship right from the beginning, didn't we? And you was telling me about your brother, and you actually came on and did a live with me. It's the first live I ever done was with you, Mel, and it was great. I mean, it was a great show when we took it down out of concern, and we've just you became a mod, and we talk a lot and in message and stuff, and we've just become really close, I think. And you're a great person and everything like that. Yeah, Kelly, it is just despicable. Yeah, I know. Would you? I mean, I don't want to upset anyone in your family, but how would you feel about coming on live and doing that show again. Yeah, I think I actually heard that part, Kelly. I guess we'll see about that. Hey, I might be gone. I mean, I can't predict what Google or YouTube's going to do. Um, Mel, did you see this? Look on the banner. Um, hot. I don't know what that hot score or pure orange or something. I'll just call you hot because that's what the first three letters are. um, okay, Ange, that's fine. However you want to do it. Do you have my PayPal address? Um, Hot, would you like to share your story or anything like that? BitChute and a Scorpio is the second, and Rouge. Yeah, Hot, that's awful. I can't get my throat cleared for some reason. Feels like I got something in my throat. He said the Americans never landed on the moon, and if we did, we wouldn't allow any other countries on the moon. He is got something wrong with him. Ron put. Oh yeah, okay. Ange, there you go with my PayPal address. It's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Iva comes in again. She's going to break the bank on me. I love you, Iva. Thank you, really. I appreciate that. I really do. You guys really don't understand how good that makes me feel when you do that because it's Christmas time, money's tight at Christmas, and when you see that come in, it just that people support you and they like what you do, and it gives you a good feeling, and believe me, guys, I'll use it probably for Christmas and stuff like that. So really, thank you guys, and I'm not begging for it. Please don't think that. I'm just trying to be humble and thank you guys for what you do. And I hope it comes across like that and not as begging. I know somebody tomorrow when I wake up will send me a message and tell me that I'm just all about the money. I know for a fact they will. Um, Hold on. Her. Let me go back right here. That's her mail on the screen. Hot. The reason Mel is asking about whose son was murdered. Mel's brother was murdered. So she came on and did a live with me, and actually, there's not been justice in the case yet for her. And my brother's is an open case, and we have a Facebook page. We don't have a body. Um, I should get that tomorrow. Um, if you don't care, Mel, in on my Braun Moxley Facebook Messenger, because that's what's up on my computer. Send me the link to your brother's Facebook page, and I'll put it up on the description. Rain Dancer says PayPal. How much do they take? They take 1%. Um, so just as an example, if someone donates $100, I get 99 of it. So PayPal is the best way to go because you get the most out of the donation that way. I think Super Chat takes like 30% or something. And Hot, would you like to share your story or anything like that with us, or no? Or it's completely up to you. Just I know sometimes it helps to talk about things. I don't. Moxley, tell the folks about you and your channel. Well, I'm 43 years old. I'm a single father of a 22-year-old son and a 13-year-old daughter. I work a full-time job. I started watching YouTube, and I got, I guess you could say, sucked in by the Watts case. And I was watching it all the time. And I just really liked the idea of coming on and doing a channel myself. And I actually filmed my first few videos and then uploaded them. And you can actually hear the shaking in my voice. I'm so nervous. And you can just hear the shaking in my voice. And just after that, I did a couple of lives. I didn't think you could do a live until you had 1,000 subscribers, but somebody told me about these apps where you can go on like Streamlands and stuff. Um, so, Rhonda Haley, are you new, Rhonda, I don't think I've ever saw you. Which, if you are, welcome to the channel. So just kind of an open discussion tonight. We're not really talking about anything in particular, mainly just we're all chatting amongst each other, just somewhere to go, and it's calm and relaxed. There's no drama. We don't allow drama, and hopefully everybody has a good night. We all, yeah, and I can't either. I just injustice. So just curious, Hot. Was he murdered? Is that what happened? Just yes, rabid dog. She did, and AD is claiming that he's the reason for it. And when he talked about her being demonetized, he laughed hysterically. And to think that she got demonetized at Christmas time and she has kids, that just shows you what kind of a man AD is. Um, so the perpetrator's never been brought to justice in the case. And is there a Facebook page or anything, Hot, that we can go to and look at? I can, if you give me permission, we can share it on the screen. Hello, Jane James. Glad to have you on the live. I think I did, didn't I? I mean, what else do I need to say? Just curious. What else did I miss or anything? Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. Tammy Nelson sent a PayPal donation. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. I think I'm about ready to have to head to bed, guys. My eyes, I can't hardly keep them open and they're watering and stuff. I'm not crying, just watering. How you got? That's what I just told everyone that how I got to YouTube. I told the whole story of how I got sucked in by the Watts case and was watching. I used to think YouTube was just a place where people uploaded videos. When I first started watching YouTube, I would watch it to learn how to work on my vehicle. Uh, sure, hot score. Um, just curious, would you like to come on and do a live one night and talk about your son or anything like that? Well, I mean, I hate to say the words. We would love to hear the story, but um, we would be very interested in hearing the details. And you never know, um, it could bring closure or some kind of justice. But it's up to you. I mean, I'm not. You don't have to or anything like that. But if you want to, just know that it's an option that one night soon, if you want, you can come on and it's like a split screen. I don't know if you've ever seen it. You can come on your side and just talk about your son and Tammy. No, it doesn't show up on there when you send the PayPal, but I said I it showed up on my phone just now. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Tammy Nelson, guys, sent a PayPal donation. Um, just to let everyone know because it doesn't come up on the screen, and I want her to get credit for doing it. Um, hot. My email is braunmoxley@gmail.com if you want to email me and discuss it. And Mel, are you going to come back on about your brother or anytime soon or anything like that? Um, I know that night that you were on, people actually, really. I hate to use the word love, but they was just, so interested in listening to what you had to say, and I genuinely cared. I have a term for what I have been through: systemic quagmire of clusterfucks. I will copyright that term. Okay, Hunt. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, just let me know what you want to do or anything like that. We can talk back and forth in email. I don't know, Rain Dancer. I can check with her. You're off, Iva. How'd you? Well, before you go, how did you get to YouTube? Gabrielle, it was terrible. It was those two little girls. Every time I see videos of them, and both of the little girls were beautiful, but there was just something about um, little Bella, just the look on her face and stuff like that. Um, okay, I don't think I got it. Where'd you send it to, um, Carol? Oh, that's um, yeah. Thank you, Tammy. That was very sweet and kind of you. Really, it was. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, Dana, I do too. There was, I love both of those children. Don't get me wrong. And Shanann was such a beautiful soul that they all were. And I just wonder sometimes. I know we said we wouldn't talk about it, but just this case sometimes we just have to. And I wonder oftenly. I don't know if that's a word. I often wonder if Chris Watts sits in his cell and thinks how he could be sitting in his beautiful home with his wife, his two beautiful girls, and his little boy now. I wonder how many times he thinks that. I think of that often. It's Braun Moxley at gmail.com. There's just something about her little smile and the way she was just, there was just something about her that was different. And for Chris to say uh, she was the only one that fought back, that was, he's disgusting. He's a disgusting human being, and he deserves to be where he's at. I hope he lives a long, long life in prison. And I used the main reason I watched YouTube is I came on to find out ways like if my car was having trouble or something like that, I could run the code on it, and then I could come on YouTube and figure out how to fix it. Well, I still remember I was at work and I got a message on my local news channel. I got a message that says Chris Watts confesses to the murder of his family. And I didn't even know at the time who Chris Watts was, but I guess, it was breaking news. And um, I came home from work, got on YouTube, and the first thing I watched was um, let me get this off the screen. The first thing I watched was the body cam footage of Coonrod. I watched the whole thing all the way through of his. Uh, and I watched the one guy, and the one I started on, the guy that analyzes like the body language. I can't think of his name right now, but he has a channel, and he showed the whole body cam footage, and this guy he analyzed There was one part where Chris was standing there at the rail of the stairwell, um, and he was sitting there on his phone, and the police officer clicked on his radio and called in, and I mean Chris turns around just as fast as he can. And the guy that was analyzing the video says, if you've never seen anyone shit on themselves, you just seen someone shit on themselves. And so I watched all of that through, all the way to the end of the body cam footage. And from then, I was hooked on the case. I was watching it every day. Uh, I was coming home from work and watching every video I could find, uh, and I was just hooked on it. I think the main reason there is so much information out there, and so much video footage and everything like that. I agree. Oh yeah, Angie, when he was watching it, because Angie, the reason he was so freaked out about watching that video, uh, put yourself in Chris Watts' shoes for a minute. You're getting ready to watch a video with a police officer and your next door neighbor, and you know that you loaded at least one body in that truck that morning, and you don't know if that video is going to show it, and you're standing there freaking panicking, and you could tell he was panicking. He had his hands on his head. You could see his chest doing breaths that, and because he knew what he had done. He just done it that morning. I heard today on True Crime Colorado from someone that talks to CW, the first time he cried over SW was the 1 year anniversary of her death. Sick. Yeah, he probably didn't cry over her. He probably cried because he was in prison. And when he watched that video, I mean, he knocks his sunglasses down on his face. His chest is pumping up and down. He's got his hands on his head so he can breathe. That's what the guy I was watching was saying when he was analyzing the video. Yeah, Rabbit, he was ready to bolt. If that police officer had seen him taking the bodies out, I honestly believe, because he was in get ready, set, go mode, in my opinion, in his stance. And hello, Abby. Hello, hello. Yeah, and they he's still in the what is it? What is that? Is that he's still at the hole? What does that mean? Still in love with NK. I have been wondering here lately if um, this has crossed my mind. Now, you guys think about this for a minute, and just think about it, and because this is something I've been thinking about. Did they aid NK and Chris perform some sort of ceremony, like a marriage ceremony? And if she was in like a dark religion or something like that, I think about this here lately. Perhaps they did some kind of marriage ceremony in this religion, that they were joined at the souls or something like that. So since they were married in another religion's eyes and in their minds, then Shanann had to go. because he couldn't have her as a wife because he was married to NK in this other ceremony. Now, I don't know. I know that's kind of off the wall, but just think about it for a minute. Um, yeah, Carol, I mean, really, Chris Watts saw the shadows before anybody. Have you really, Randy, dude? I was like, you thought that what I just said? I know that's yeah, I've been on for a while, haven't I, Abby? I'm doing a marathon tonight. Um, I actually went off for a while and then came back on. Uh, yeah, that's a good thing to point out. I honestly believe he was such a man child that what he did was actually the easier option in his crazy mind, rather than face responsibility. Okay, Diane, what do you think? Diane, do you not think Chris Watts done it? I'll tell you what, guys, time flies when you're on here. Now, well, then let me ask you this: do you have a person that you think done it, or do you just think he didn't do it? And I think he's covering for someone else. And well, as like I say, your opinion is welcome here. My opinion on it is I'm really at a point where I don't know. At first, I thought, yeah, she was in on it. She was either there or she, had some involvement in it some way. But here lately, I'm not sure. And another thing that really bothers me about Armchair Detective is how he sits there and says, I want answers from the FBI. Why doesn't NK come out and do a press conference and clear her name? They don't owe him anything. Is he that delusional that he thinks they owe him an explanation? He says that she needs to come out and clear her name. Clear her name from what? She's never been charged with anything, ever. The one guy in Colorado, Kirby Lewis, or whatever his name was, the director of the CBI, he said for a fact that she was definitely not involved. So I don't know. Carol says Kimberly, money, and his penis were number 1 and 3. I believe she couldn't do it, but the plan was supposed to be her take care of the girls and he take care of us. Oh, yeah. It's just hard to say, guys. It really is. But you know the thing with us when we talk about it, we're not coming up with all these crazy theories like they're going to blow up the oil fields and stuff like that. Um, One way about it, Chris Watts is in jail for life and he will never get out. And that's where he deserves to be. Um, well, Rhonda, somebody is supposed to be sending me some beard ornaments for Christmas. You would like that, really? Just curious. That's pretty cool, though, really. That's because here, Carol, we can have different ideas, and a lot of times people can take their ideas and put them together and come up with the best idea. Um, Better than either one of you had together. Sometimes things work like that. Um, I honestly don't believe they were planning on blowing up the oil fields. I don't believe that at all. And I try to imagine, and I thank God that He doesn't let me imagine this, is the fact that how He could put His children down those two holes. I don't see how He could do that. What do you mean? I don't understand. Start. What do you mean? I don't get that. Yeah, I don't understand what you mean. Don't get starry-eyed. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, Iva. That's your opinion on things here, and I'm just saying that other people's opinions are welcome also. Don't get me wrong, Chris Watts is right where he needs to be. I'm just thinking up, I'm just putting out there scenarios that could have possibly happened and seeing what you guys think of it too. That's all I'm doing. But I think Chris Watts is exactly where he needs to be. He is guilty no matter what he done here. Um, some of you guys believe he's the one that completely done everything. Some of you guys think that him and somebody else done something, and then some of you guys think that he did just was a onlooker, and that's all welcome here. Um, but the thing of it is no matter his role in this case, he deserves to be right where he is. Actually, he deserves to be in general population with prisoners that would take matters into their own hand. That's my opinion on it. Gabriel says, I can tell you that he will be killed in prison in due time soon. I think that too, Gabriel, just like Jeffrey Dahmer. Um, I believe that. Pleased to hear me say what, Randy do. In the car, also his car would have needed gas on the way home, and he didn't stop for cigs or gas. He would have turned for his phone when he went to call his wife, and he was on his way home. What do you mean, Diane? Whoa, hey, whoa, Diane. I did not call for his death. I said I believe he would be killed in prison. There's a big difference in calling for someone's death, and and if you want to go, then go ahead. But that's not what I said at all. You can watch the video later if you want and see that I said I believe he will be killed in prison, not that I wish he would be killed in prison. Avatillo, you unsubscribed from who? No, Diane, just if that's what you want to think, Diane, you have the right to your opinion. You have the right to stay, and you have the right to go. The bottom line is he confessed to the crime. Whether there's no there, and actually there is evidence to the crime. He confessed. Confession is evidence in a crime. So yes, there is evidence in this crime. Diane, in this country, they do plea deals. It happens all the time. There is a lot of people in prison that have not had a trial. Abby, who did you unsub from? Guys, we all just need to take a deep breath here. No one said anything about joking or anything about him getting murdered. What was said was, we believe that if he is put in general population, he will be murdered. That is what was said. Um, People are not hearing the right words here. No, I'm off tomorrow. Infinite. I took a day off. But see, Diane, there is no reason to be this upset about it, um, because everyone has an opinion. If you was in AD's room right now, you would be banned and gone because you have a different opinion than most of the people in the room. Um, so I'm just saying, um, don't be upset because your opinion is allowed here. I don't understand why that's upsetting you. And no one, and Pamela, this is for you too, no one was joking about him being killed in prison. What was said was, we believe if he's put in general population, he will be killed. That's what was said. I do know you know about AD, but that's what I'm saying. Your people's opinions, even if they vary and are different, are welcome here. Um, I'm look. I think that you're getting upset for something that was not said. Maybe you misunderstood it. But your opinion is welcome here. Everyone's opinion is welcome here. Um, if someone believes that Chris is innocent, then that's for them to believe. Me personally, I don't believe that. I believe that one way or another, I mean, he confessed to the crime. That right there is, if you have a confession, it's it's pretty much the open and shut case on that. Especially if you take a plea deal and agree to it. Yeah, Tammy, I just don't see how it's possible how a father could put his children in those holes. That just blows my mind. That's right, Diane. We don't know, but we also don't know if he wasn't threatened. I mean, see, like you're saying, he might have been threatened, but he also might not have been threatened. All we know is the information we've been giving. Um, and the information that we have been given is that Chris Watts pled guilty to murdering his wife, his two daughters, and his unborn son. Uh, now, I'm leaning towards, and this is my personal opinion, but I'm leaning towards the fact that NK approached the police and said, I've got all this information. I'm the mistress. I'm going to tell you everything I know, but I want immunity and I will never be prosecuted. And most of the time, in a case like this, they'll do a trade like that. They'll trade somebody that they think wasn't the main person to get the main person in jail. So I'm wondering if that is a possibility. I'm not saying I'm right about that, but I am saying I'm leaning towards that because I think it's awfully. If you, it doesn't matter what kind of case it is. It could be a robbery, it could be a murder, it could be anything. And if your phone has crucial evidence on it, which being the mistress, it would, right? Now, just listen, hear me out. You would have to know, if I'm in an affair with a married woman and she goes and annihilates her family, And then I have all these. Why am I going to delete my phone and then Google, can police trace text messages? How can they retrieve text messages that are deleted? Why would I do that? That's the only thing right there that makes me think she had something to do with it. The deleting of the text and then Googling, can police retrieve deleted text messages? Why would you want to know that? Like, okay, if I had a phone and I, like I said, if I had a phone and I was dating a mistress and I had nothing to do with it, and she goes and annihilates her family, I'm not going to delete my phone and then ask, can police retrieve trace messages? What if this was the case? Now, just this is just a scenario. Um, what if NK gave Chris an ultimatum? It's me or her. And in his mind, he went to the extreme. And then NK gets scared because she said something in a text about, uh, you have an ultimatum, it's me or her. And then she gets scared and thinks, well, the police is going to think I put him up to that. So she deletes her phone and she wonders if they can retrieve her messages. Could that be a possibility? I just know that something's not right, um, in my opinion. I got to pee, guys. I'll be right back. Guys, I've been on for 2 hours and it's almost 2 in the morning, so I believe I better get off here. Perhaps we can talk about this tomorrow some more if you guys want. There's just so much that just doesn't make any sense. I did wash my hands, I had it on mute. Fresh and clean, believe me. Even though I haven't taken a bath in a year. But anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. Thanks everyone for the super chat and the PayPal and all that. I appreciate it more than you know. I love you guys, and I'll probably be on a little bit earlier tomorrow for UK subscribers because I'm off tomorrow. So be looking for me. If it don't give you a notification, I will probably post it in the True Crime Files Facebook page. Are you okay now, Abby? Percy, you feeling any better? Good night, my lovely Moxies, my Moximanias, Moximaniacs. By 984. It's called True Crime Files, and if you want to join it, there's actually a link on my page, on my YouTube page, on the cover photo. Yeah, I say UK, but I really don't know all the countries. Sweden, Scotland. There's so many that come on and watch me, and it flatters me to death that people in those other countries would want to hear a Southern talking crazy nut bloke with a beard. Australia. You know what I'm saying. I love all you guys. It don't matter where you're from. We're from planet Earth, right? We're all humans. That's the way I look at it. Then if everyone looked at it that way, we'd probably have a more peaceful planet. But I do love you guys tremendously. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you to the mods for staying up with me and helping me out. That means a lot. My number one dick and my number one love, Mel, my darling. I better not say that. Somebody will be posting tomorrow that I tried to get someone to hump me. That was the craziest shit I ever heard. I'll tell you what, they can sure twist things around. Ireland. Like I said, we're all humans. So, good night, humans. It doesn't matter where we're from. We're from Earth. And love you guys and talk to you tomorrow. Good night.